Starting it on the mountain level, it's sophomore number 0, Mercedes Allen. Starting it on the 6-foot junior number 3, Layla Johnston. Starting in on the 5'7" junior number 4, Caroline Alt. Starting in on the 5'9" junior number 23, Kiki Rogers. And starting up over the 5'9" senior number 30, A Miracle Goodwin. Your final ladies are coached by Ms. Sheree Schmidt. She's assisted by Bianca Lacey and Fred Sanders.
Welcome into John Alexander Gymnasium for today's varsity girls basketball action between your Jacksonville Fighting Maidens and the visiting Hallsville Lady Cats. I'm Lee Traylor, and we've kind of had this week's athletic events have all been moved around with the weather, and we have multiple events happening in Tomato Bowl tonight, multiple events happening here at John A. As you know, every school in the area is trying to get caught up. So we're all kind of spread thin, but we're trying to bring them all to you. So thank you for joining us on JISD Live. And if you're interested in how the Fighting Indian and Fighting Maiden soccer teams are doing, those are also being brought to you on JISD Live. You can check it there at JISDlive.com. We're just about set for tip-off here as Hallsville wins the tip. They're moving the ball around the perimeter. Good defense from Jacksonville. And travel called against Hallsville, so Jacksonville set to take over. Kiki Rogers inbounding for the Maidens, trying to get it in to Caroline Alt. Can't quite connect. And now Hallsville set to take over. Inbounds, pass, connected, but stolen by Alt for Jacksonville. She sends it over to Rogers. Rogers brings it past half court. And now back to Alt outside the three-point line. Good defense from Hallsville. Alt puts it up off glass, no good, and gets her own rebound. Jacksonville moving the ball around. Three is up and good from Mercedes Allen. Hallsville going to try to answer. Jacksonville first on the board. 3-0 is your score. And Hallsville moving it around, trying to get into the paint. Jump ball called. Jacksonville ball. Some good defense being played here early by Jacksonville. Inbound to Alt. And then travel called. Hallsville inbounding. Good defense from Jacksonville, but Hallsville steals it right back. Both teams having trouble keeping possession of the ball. This shot up, no good for Hallsville. And then that ball makes it out of bounds, so Jacksonville set to take over possession. And Alt brings it past half court. Rogers trying to get the entry pass, but it's stolen by Hallsville, and the Lady Cats bring it forward. Good defense from Jacksonville again with the tie-up, alternating possession, and Hallsville set to inbound after the jump ball. Kendria Sanders with it for the Lady Cats. Now broken up by Jacksonville, and another jump ball. Jacksonville very active defensively to start this game. And Kiki Rogers going to inbound, but it's going to be after a timeout. So a really good start defensively for Jacksonville, and a big three-point shot from Mercedes Allen has Jacksonville out to a 3-0 lead early in this game against Hallsville. Jacksonville with it on the inbound. Now Hallsville back the other way. Out of bounds, the Lady Cats will retain possession. Kiki Rogers fighting possession, goes to the ground, and so she's going to be called for the travel. Big block for Jacksonville. Layla Johnson with the block. Try and get the ball ahead. It's going to go out of bounds. So great defense from Jacksonville on the block there from Layla Johnson. Hallsville set to inbound it at the other end of the court. Lady Cats bringing it up the court. Harper Hart with it for Hallsville. She gets it over to Kaysen Farrell. Looking for Hart again, good pass. And Hallsville is on the board. 3-2 is your score. Jacksonville with the lead. Caroline Alt with the ball for Jacksonville. Sends it ahead to Kiki Rogers. Kiki trying to get it past half court, sends it ahead, but it's broken up and stolen. Now Jacksonville trying to get a steal, and they do. Mercedes Allen with it for the Maidens, driving in, loses possession out of bounds. So Hallsville, with 3:54 remaining here in the first period, set to inbound. Hart brings it ahead for the Lady Cats and now sends it over to Kendria Sanders. One too many steps after receiving the pass from Sanders, so travel called, and Jacksonville set to inbound in front of their own bench. Kiki Rogers gets it to Caroline Alt, who brings it past half court. Kiki's three is up, no good. Saved by a Miracle Goodwin. Great save from a Miracle. And then a jump ball called, and Hallsville takes over. Hart bringing it ahead for the Lady Cats now. Sends it over, broken up by Jacksonville. Mercedes Allen ends up with the ball. It's knocked ahead. Caroline Alt going to be fouled at the basket. Great defense from Jacksonville again, and Caroline Alt is headed to the line for the Maidens.
Caroline Alt shooting 2.
First is up and good.
Jackie into the Lady Cats is number 10, Taylor Horn.
Second is up, no good for Alt. Hallsville good at the other end. Jacksonville with it. Caroline Alt out past the three-point line. Pulls up just inside the three-point line. Off iron, no good. And out of bounds, Hallsville will take over possession. Now Hallsville bringing it past half court. Kaysen Farrell's shot no good, and now Kendria Sanders no good. Harper Hart with the rebound and going to be fouled after getting it to Kaysen Farrell. So Kaysen Farrell to the line for Hallsville.
Fouls on number 23, Kiki Rogers. Her first personal, first 14 by number 1. Harper Hart shooting 2. Action Kaysen Farrell shooting 2. Dragging into the lane is number 24, Tashia Johnson.
Caroline Alt with it for Jacksonville, going to be blocked at the basket. And travel called as Kendria Sanders had to go to the ground to collect the ball. Jacksonville inbounding. Alt with it for the Maidens. Pulls up, straight ahead three is up and good. Great looking shot from Caroline Alt. Puts Jacksonville back in front, 5-7. Jacksonville 7, Hallsville 5. 1.5 minutes remaining here in the first. Good defense from Jacksonville, but Hallsville able to get out of it. Sanders, a straightaway three to answer is good from Kendria Sanders. Layla Johnson called for the foul, and so Hallsville set to inbound. Good deflection from Mercedes Allen, and Caroline Alt is off and running. Can't finish at the basket. Rebound, Hallsville. They've sent it ahead. Open runway for the Lady Panthers. For the Lady Cats, sorry. And Harper Hart able to lay it in. .45 seconds remaining. Jacksonville set to inbound. Miracle Goodwin inbounds, gets it to Caroline Alt. Alt ahead to Tashia Johnson. Out of bounds off of Hallsville. Jacksonville set to inbound, and 38 seconds remaining here in the opening period. Jacksonville inbounds. Mercedes Allen up for three, through contact, and good. That could have been a call, could have been an opportunity for a 4-point play. But as it stands, it's a tie ball game, 10-10, with 20 seconds remaining here in the opening period. Out of bounds off of Jacksonville, so Hallsville set to inbound. And Kendria Sanders inbounding for the Lady Cats. Good pressure defense from Layla Johnson, but the Lady Cats able to survive the defense. And Harper Hart, entry pass inside to Kaysen Farrell. Out of bounds off of Taylor Horn. So Jacksonville with 5 seconds remaining here in the opening period, set to inbound. A Miracle Goodwin going to inbound for the Maidens. They've got 5 seconds to get it up the court and get a shot off. Can't get the ball in. So 5-second violation. So now Hallsville with an opportunity with 5 seconds remaining. And they do not have to go the length of the court. They've just got to get it in and get a shot up, which they do. And they get the shot from Kaysen Farrell. So after one, your score is Jacksonville 10 and Hallsville 12. Really good first period of action here at John A. Gym, as this has been a back and forth opening period, and Jacksonville just down by 2 after that opening period. Harper Hart with 3 points, Kendria Sanders with 3, and Kaysen Farrell with 5 for Hallsville. And I realize that does not add up to 12, so I'm missing a point somewhere. I think that might be Kaysen Farrell. I think she might actually have 6 points for Jacksonville, 6 points for Mercedes Allen, and 4 points for Caroline Alt. Heading into the second period, Jacksonville 10, Hallsville 12. And Kevin Charco on the camera. The legend that is Kevin Charco. Huge thanks to Kevin for showing up here. We had Yair Solano at the Tomato Bowl when I left there after getting stuff set up for soccer. We've got more students arriving, so huge thanks to all the student volunteers that help make broadcasts like these possible. As Allen no good for 3 from Jacksonville, and Hallsville quickly up the court the other direction. Alt steals it from Maddie Farrell and then sends it ahead to Mercedes Allen. Allen open from 3, puts it up off glass, no good. And then Johnson rebounds it, gets it to Allen, and then tries to get it to Alt, but it's fouled. That foul going to be on Harper Hart. That's her first personal foul. Miracle inbounding for Jacksonville, deflected by Rayleigh Boyd. Now a Miracle set to inbound from the other side of the court. Gets it in, looking for Layla Johnson, but stolen by Boyd. and then travel is the call. So Jacksonville taking over again. Layla Johnson set to inbound, and Caroline Alt set to bring that ahead. A Miracle Goodwin back to Alt. Back to a Miracle. Inside to Johnson now. Allen to Alt. To Johnson back to Alt. Jacksonville moving the ball around, looking for an open shot. Good defense from Hallsville, but open look for Johnson. Rebound Sanders. Laney Woods brings it ahead for the Lady Cats, guarded by Alt. Woods into the lane, kicks it ahead to Maddie Farrell, and Boyd tries to save it, but can't quite get to the loose ball, so Jacksonville set to inbound. Kiki Rogers checks in for Tashia Johnson, and Caroline Alt set to bring it ahead for the Maidens. 6.5 minutes remaining here in the second period. Jacksonville 10 and Hallsville 12. Alt over to Allen. Now Rogers kicks it out to Johnson for three, no good. Kiki Rogers with a good offensive rebound. And Alt trying to get a nice little touch pass, entry pass to Layla Johnson, and she's fouled. I believe that's going to go against Maddie Farrell. Kiki Rogers inbounding for Jacksonville. Gets it to a Miracle Goodwin. Now into the corner, Johnson up and good from three. Layla Johnson puts Jacksonville ahead 13-12 with 6 minutes remaining here in the second period. Laney Woods brings it ahead for the Lady Cats. Entry pass into Maddie Farrell. Harper Hart now with it for Hallsville. Double dribble. And Caroline Alt bringing it ahead for Jacksonville. So Jacksonville with a 1-point lead and with the ball. 5.5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Caroline Alt with it for Jacksonville. Gets it over to Layla Johnson. Now back to Alt. Alt trying to get this into Kiki Rogers. Deflected. And then jump ball call after Layla Johnson quickly gets to the ball after the deflection. But Hallsville set to take over on the alternating possession. Woods gets it ahead to Hart. And then Hart trying to find Boyd cutting to the basket. Just couldn't quite connect on that pass. So Jacksonville takes over again. Alt bringing it ahead. Coming up on 5 minutes remaining here in the second period. Jacksonville with a 1-point lead, 13-12 against Hallsville. Mercedes Allen with it. Looks like that was kind of deflected. Kiki Rogers able to get it. Allen puts up a three, no good. Miracle Goodwin, some good pressure defense, but Hallsville able to get out of it. Now Woods out on the run. Good effort from Kiki Rogers running the court defensively. Jump ball called Hallsville. Jump ball called Jacksonville, correction, as Caroline Alt brings it ahead. 4:30 remaining here in the first half. Jacksonville 13 and Hallsville 12. Caroline Alt with the ball for Jacksonville. Now good entry pass to Kiki Rogers, out to Mercedes Allen. Three up, no good. Offensive rebound, Kiki Rogers, out to Alt. Alt from the free throw line, bounces around, and then rebounded by Maddie Farrell. Miracle Goodwin called for her first personal foul, and Hallsville set to inbound. Kaysen Farrell inbounds it, and Laney Woods brings it ahead. Woods guarded by Alt. Woods over to Boyd. Boyd entry pass to Maddie Farrell. That shot up, no good. Couple of offensive rebounds back-to-back for Hallsville, but then good defense from Jacksonville, tying it up. Jump ball called, and Hallsville will retain possession on the alternating possession. They'll inbound. Sanders for three. That shot is up, no good. Miracle fighting for the rebound, but Boyd has it. Can't connect, and Jacksonville takes over. Layla Johnson with the ball. 3:45 remaining here in the first half. Jacksonville with a 1-point lead. Mercedes Allen cross-court pass finds Kiki Rogers. Kiki over to Caroline Alt. Caroline, entry pass to a Miracle Goodwin, can't quite hang on to it, so out of bounds. Hallsville takes over. 3:30 remaining here in the second. Jacksonville 13, Hallsville 12. Sanders, entry pass to Farrell, but Kiki Rogers gets the ball, but then on the ground is called for traveling. So Harper Hart set to inbound. Good inbounds pass, good play as Kason Farrell cuts to the basket and able to connect on the pass. Hart gets it to Farrell for the lay-in. So Hallsville with 14 and Jacksonville with 13. Mercedes Allen's gonna head to the bench, and Tashia Johnson checks in for Jacksonville. Sanders with it for the Lady Cats, drives in, off glass, no good. Layla Johnson trying to save it. Too strong on the pass. It eventually deflects off a Lady Cat. So Jacksonville bring it ahead. 3 minutes remaining here in the second. 14-13 is your score. Hallsville ahead by 1. Kiki Rogers going to be fouled by Rayleigh Boyd. Kiki Rogers inbounding for Jacksonville, sends it to Layla Johnson. Now over to Caroline Alt. High on the pass, but Alt able to collect it. Now Alt for three. It's up, no good. Rebound, Kason Farrell. Boyd far ahead to Hart. Hart can't connect and then goes to the ground. It's tied up. Jump ball called. Jacksonville ball. China Reed checks in. And Caroline Alt going to get a breather. Reed bringing it ahead for Jacksonville. Strong pass over to Layla Johnson. And Johnson can't quite hold on to it. So Kason Farrell set to inbounds, gets it over to Laney Woods. Woods brings it ahead, pulls up for three, and off back iron, no good. Rebound, Johnson for Jacksonville. Reed with it ahead, deflected by Boyd. And Reed trying to get it to Rogers. Now Woods with it for Hallsville. Sanders, shot is up, no good. And out of bounds, Jacksonville set to take over. Kiki Rogers inbounding, and China Reed going to bring it ahead. 1:52 remaining here in the opening half. Jacksonville 13 and Hallsville 14. Reed loses the handle, and Sanders out on the run. Good jump stop. And Kendria Sanders scores for Hallsville, making this a 3-point game. 16-13 is your score. Jacksonville with the ball, and a Miracle Goodwin. Good underneath the basket as Kiki Rogers able to get it to her through contact. Now Sanders with it, gets it inside, can't connect.
And
Rayleigh Boyd going to be called for the foul. That's her third personal, I believe. Shia Johnson inbounds it for Jacksonville, and Kiesia Tilley bringing it ahead. Gets it over to Kiki Rogers. Layla Johnson back to Kiki. Kiki entry pass, looking for Tashia, just trying to keep it in bounds, and then Mercedes Allen deflects it. And Tilley back to Allen. Allen puts up the shot, no good. Hallsville ball. Woods bringing it ahead. Long pass ahead for Farrell. It's Kaysen Farrell. And then saves. Good save from Livy Vineyard. Maddie Farrell puts it up. No good. Rebound by Tashia Johnson for Jacksonville. Maddie Farrell called for the foul. That's Hallsville's 5th team foul. So Tashia Johnson heads to the line. Jacksonville in the bonus. Big free throws here from Tashia Johnson. First is up and good. So we're tied at 16 with 25 seconds remaining here in the first half. Second is up, no good. And Woods with it, a lot of traffic. Picked up her dribble, now sends it ahead to Sanders. Sanders looking for an open teammate underneath the basket. Finds Maddie Farrell. She tries to dump it off to Kaysen Farrell, but then out of bounds. So with 14.7 seconds remaining, Hallsville set to inbound. Kaysen Farrell going to be fouled. Kiki Rogers called for the foul. Kaysen Farrell at the line. First is up, no good. That keeps us tied at 16 with 13 seconds remaining here in the opening half. Second is up, no good. Rebound, Layla Johnson. Layla trying to get ahead to Mercedes Allen, but stolen. And then Kaysen Farrell can't quite lay it in. 1.4 seconds remain here in the first half, and Hallsville with an opportunity as they're set to inbound underneath the Jacksonville basket. 16-16, 1.4 on the clock, and Taylor Horn inbounding for Hallsville. She gets it to Harper Hart, no good on the desperation heave. So at the end of the first half, Jacksonville 16, Hallsville 16, all tied up here as your fighting maidens are taking on the Hallsville Lady Cats. We're at halftime. And just a reminder, after this game, we're going to bring you your Jacksonville Fighting Indians versus the Hallsville Bobcats. So stick with us on JISD Live. Also, we are bringing you soccer as well. Soccer started early today. We started at 2:30 in the Tomato Bowl. And Ryan Travis has been on the commentary over there. So big thanks to him. And big thanks to the students that volunteered to help with both broadcasts tonight. Again, times being changed all across the state due to weather, and certainly Jacksonville and Hallsville fit that description as well. These games being moved around to accommodate team travel and officials and everything that goes into putting on an event. So changing those at the last minute certainly affects a lot of people. And big thanks to all the students that have been flexible and all the game workers, everybody that's working in the stadium tonight and here at John A. Gym. Big thanks to the officials, everyone that kind of comes together in moments like this to just make sure students still get to participate in the sports that they want to. And yeah, it's always good to kind of see the behind the scenes and see how much work it is for people to get events like this off the ground. So if you're in the stadium or in the gymnasium tonight, it might just appear like, oh, it's just another basketball game, it's just another soccer game. But with the benefit of kind of seeing behind the scenes, I know how much work that is for a lot of people to get those pulled off when changes happen on late notice. So big thanks to people like Mark Alexander, Jody Alderetti, and everybody that comes together to make these events happen. Thank you for being with us on JISD Live. It's been certainly an interesting week all across the southern United States, and a huge amount of the country affected by the weather. And I don't know that any of us expected to have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday off and to be kind of without power, some of us, and certainly hope, if you're listening, that you made it through the week unscathed, and that now as things kind of thaw out, we'll kind of get back to our regularly scheduled events. Thank you for being with us. I'm going to step away, and we'll be back shortly to bring you the second half of action here for your Jacksonville Fighting Maidens on JISD Live.
Lady Cat Basketball to begin quarter number 3.
And we're back here for the second half of action. And Hallsville set to inbound after the first possession of the second half. Sanders inbounding. Gets it into Kaysen Farrell. Now Sanders for 3, puts it up, no good. A Miracle Goodwin with the rebound for Jacksonville. Gets it to Caroline Alt. And then called for the travel. So Hallsville inbounding. Harper Hart gets it into Sanders. Sanders turns the corner. Strong drive from Sanders, but can't finish, and then out of bounds off Jacksonville. Hallsville retains possession, and Kendria Sanders set to inbound. Gets it into Boyd. Boyd puts up the shot, no good. Rebound from Maddie Farrell. And then Mercedes Allen with the rebound for Jacksonville. Jump ball called. Jacksonville set to take over on the alternating possession. Kiki Rogers set to inbound. Looking for Layla Johnson, stolen. And then Kiki Rogers going to be called for the foul.
Foul is on number 23, Kiki Rogers. Her third personal. Third number to line.
Kendria Sanders inbounding. Gets the ball right back. And then Mercedes Allen going to be called for the foul. Kendria Sanders good on the shot as well. So 3-point opportunity for Kendria Sanders. Caroline all driving around now. Kiki Rogers with the putback for Jacksonville. Makes it a tie ball game. Boyd finds Sanders guarded by Caroline Alt. She sends it over to Harper Hart. Now Hart trying to get that inside to Maddie Farrell, but out of bounds. So Jacksonville takes over possession. Kiki Rogers inbounding, and she gets it to Layla Johnson, but then deflected immediately by Harper Hart, and Sanders able to lay that one in. Caroline Alt sends it ahead, looking for Mercedes Allen. Can't connect on the pass, and Harper Hart finds Boyd, and Boyd good for 2. This pressure defense from Hallsville causing problems for Jacksonville. Great effort from Mercedes Allen, but another turnover, and Sanders going to head to the line as Kiki Rogers fouled her at the basket. And while Sanders is at the line after this first shot, we're going to give you a look at another broadcast team that has shown up here in the gymnasium. Is the student section already getting lined up? What a look at what a setup at the student section. Sanders gets her own rebound off the missed free throw and puts that in. This pass ahead for a Miracle. Can't quite get there, so another turnover for Jacksonville. Jacksonville all of a sudden down 7, 25-18. So pressure defense here in this third period. A big adjustment from Hallsville, and Jacksonville are going to have to figure out what to do with this pressure defense from the Lady Cats, as so far it has resulted in a lot of turnovers and a lot of quick scores for Hallsville to take this really close game and push it out to a 7-point lead. Hallsville bringing it ahead. Sanders with it for the Lady Cats, guarded by Caroline Alt. Now Hart with it for Hallsville. Caroline Alt sends it ahead for Layla Johnson. Blocked out of bounds. Jacksonville will keep possession. Mercedes Allen no good on the shot. Harper Hart pushing it ahead for Hallsville. No good, but Sanders on the rebound, and then another rebound from Maddie Farrell. Hallsville inbounding. And then 5-second violation. Jacksonville set to take over. Kiki Rogers going to inbound for Jacksonville. Caroline Alt deflected and then sent to the court. Big collision, able to get up. Kiki inbounding, long pass to Mercedes Allen. And then Sanders going to be called for the foul on the collision. Kiki to a Miracle into the lane, puts it up and is going to be fouled by Boyd.
Foul is on number 4, Randy Boyd, her fourth personal, third quarter team foul number 3. American Goodwin, shooting 2.
First is up and good from a Miracle.
Acting into the Lady Cats is number 10, Taylor Miller.
Second is up, no good. Hallsville inbounding. Hart sends it over to Kaysen Farrell. Now Kaysen to Sanders. Not really sure why we stopped play there, but Hallsville inbounding. Now Kaysen Farrell with the ball deep, deflected by Layla Johnson. So Hallsville now set to inbound underneath the Jacksonville basket. Sanders to Hart. Hart to Taylor Horn. Horn up and good for 2. Jacksonville trying to inbound, more pressure defense from the Lady Cats. And Tashia Johnson set to inbound again. She sends it ahead for a Miracle Goodwin. A Miracle picks up her dribble, now sends it to Allen. Allen up from the free throw line, no good. Jump ball called, Jacksonville ball. Hart, pass half court into the lane, puts it up and puts it in. Harper Hart, tough runner, gets it to fall off glass. Inbounded to Caroline Alt. Caroline up the court, past the defense. Can't get it to fall. Now sent ahead, Kaysen Farrell. Tashia Johnson chasing her down, but Farrell able to lay it in. Tashia Johnson gets it in to Mercedes Allen. Out on the run, now to Alt. Alt for 3, up and good from Caroline Alt. Sanders trying to answer for 3, off back iron. Maddie Farrell with her 3rd personal foul. Tashia Johnson set to inbound for Jacksonville. Stolen on the inbound. So Hallsville now set to inbound after that ball goes out of bounds. Taylor Horn gets this into Sanders, but Caroline Alt with the steal and then gets fouled.
That was on number 21, Kendria Sanders, her 3rd personal, 3rd quarter key foul number 5.
Kendria Sanders with her 3rd personal foul, and with 3:08 remaining here in the 3rd, Hallsville already in the bonus. First is up and good for Caroline Alt.
Jacking in the Lady Cats is number 0, Maggie Woods, and number 1, Andrea Hollins.
Second is up, no good. Rebound Hallsville. Horn with it for the Lady Cats, now sends it back to Woods. Woods into the lane, trying to get this to Kaysen Farrell. Now Hart back to Woods. Woods to Farrell, going to be fouled by Layla Johnson.
That is on number 3, Layla Johnson, her 2nd personal, 3rd quarter key foul number 4.
This shot is up and good from Andrea Hollins.
Jacking in from the Knights is number 23, Kiki Rogers.
Caroline Alt bringing it ahead for the Maidens. 2:20 remaining in the 3rd. Jacksonville down 10, 33-23. Layla Johnson over to Alt. Alt making her way around the 3-point line. Into the lane, going to be blocked by Kaysen Farrell. And now Alt again into the lane, going to be fouled by Harper Hart.
Foul is number 15, Harper Hart, her second personal. Carolina shooting 2.
First is up and no good. For Alt, 2:01 remaining here in the third. Jacksonville 23, Hallsville 33. Jacksonville basketball in the alternating possession. Kiki Rogers inbounding, and Mercedes Allen going to be fouled.
Foul is on number 1, Andrea Hollins, her first personal.
Andrea Hollins called for the foul.
Mercedes Allen shooting 2.
First is up and good for Allen. Second is up, no good. Rebound, Farrell. Sends this ahead for Hart. Can't get it to fall. Rebound, Kiki Rogers, and now Caroline Alt quickly up the court. Gets it to a Miracle. Goodwin puts it up. No good. Rebound, Kason Farrell. Farrell trying to get this to Hart, but Caroline Alt with the steal. Over to Kiki Rogers, puts it up for 3, no good. Offensive rebound, Layla Johnson trying to get it to Alt, can't quite connect. Hart with it for the Lady Cats. Now to Woods. Woods to Horn. Horn puts it up from the free throw line. No good. Offensive rebound and put back, and one opportunity for Case and Farrell.
Her third personal. Third rookie number 5, Casey Farrell shooting 1. Jagging into the Lady Cats is number 12, Libby Ingram.
Casey Farrell at the line, trying to pay off. Three-point opportunity up, no good. And then Jacksonville set to inbound. We're now joined by JHS senior Toby Simpson.
Yeah, my fault. I read the schedule wrong. I saw 6:15.
Not a problem at all. In fact, I've already kind of talked about how like everything gets changed around, and just everybody has to be flexible. And no, man, I'm just happy you're here. Whenever you're here, I appreciate you being willing to work, just like I'm appreciative of Kevin Charco willing to show up and run a camera. So, yeah, man, I'm glad you're here.
Glad to be here.
Missed a good one. It's been really close all game. Hallsville currently a little bit of a lead, as they've got an 11-point lead against Jacksonville in this second half, as the third is coming to a close. And they've done it on the back of pressure defense. They came out at halftime, and they've been just super aggressive defensively, full court pressure, and Jacksonville's really struggled with what to do with that. Hallsville has had a lot of quick scores on the back of turnovers. It's kind of pushed this lead out as Case and Farrell again at the line for the Lady Cats, trying to extend this Hallsville lead. First is up, no good. 42 seconds remaining here in the third. We've also got soccer going on tonight, Toby, so we got people in the Tomato Bowl. We have already pointed the camera at and talked a little bit about the student section and the competing broadcast table we got over there.
Yeah, I was talking with Jacob and Harrison. I think it was their idea for this one this morning, or this afternoon, I should say, and they said that they were going to do it. And I was like, all right, that's cool, I guess.
It's certainly pretty great look over there to have the ESPN broadcast table with the four ties behind the desk with headsets.
The gaming headsets, yep. And negative 3.67, 0.0019.
Yeah, we've got scorecards that they're holding up when things happen during the game. Good defense here from Jacksonville. China Reed in the game for Jacksonville and playing some good defense. We've got to make a call. They're either going to call a foul or a travel, and they went with the correct call. 4.9 seconds remaining here in the third. Jacksonville set to inbound. They'll have an opportunity to score here in the closing seconds of this third period. Kiki Rogers gets it in to China Reed, driving left. Now back to Kiki to Mercedes Allen, not going to get the shot off.
Oh my goodness.
No,
took too long on that one.
They did, yeah. Just, a lot of movement. And, I think it was like 4.9 seconds, something like that. So 5 seconds is just about, that's a long time there at the end of the period. You can make a few passes, but that was one too many, it seemed like, and the time just ran out. So after 3, Jacksonville 35. Jacksonville 24 and Hallsville 35. Jacksonville going to need to figure out what to do with this pressure defense.
Yeah.
We're going to give you a look at the student broadcast desk once again during this time in between the third and the fourth.
Broadcast with air quotes.
The competition tonight is what that is, really. The competing broadcast at the student section, doing a great job at the ESPN desk.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do as good a job as we are, but they're going to try with the gaming headsets and the wires underneath the table not plugged into anything.
Well, it's a great look.
It is.
Definitely is that. 1.8 on the clock.
Oh, wow.
I don't think that's correct. There we go. 8 minutes here in this final period. Kiki Rogers gets it in and gets it right back from Caroline Alt. Turns the corner into the lane, trying to get it to a Miracle. Going to be called for a travel as that ball kind of stuck to her hand when she tried to get it out for the pass.
Looked like a little Kareem hook there.
It did, a little baby hook for the entry pass, but just held on to it a little bit too long. Sanders brings it ahead for Hallsville, gets into the lane, pulls up from the line, off iron, no good, but offensive rebound from Case and Farrell.
Got to get those.
Yeah, Farrell has been really active on the glass tonight. Lots of offensive rebounds, lots of second chance points.
Mercedes Allen with the deep 2, just foot barely on the line.
Yeah, she's already got 2 threes tonight, so she's hit from deep multiple times.
Yeah, they need to get the ball out to Mercedes and get her going some more.
Yeah, Jacksonville down by 10. Good defense from Layla Johnson. She sends it ahead to Caroline Alt. Caroline trying to collect the ball, finally does, and gets it back to Johnson. Johnson moves it around to Allen. Jacksonville looking for an opportunity. Kiki Rogers fighting for it. Mercedes Allen finally gets it. Jacksonville needs to kind of settle down as this possession has definitely been hectic. Good pass to Kiki Rogers, now open for 3.
Just off the rim. Not the glass.
Good offensive rebound putback for a Miracle Goodwin.
Great rebound there.
Jacksonville has cut into this lead. It's now 8. Farrell for 3, up no good. Off
Mercedes Allen with the rebound.
iron, and Mercedes Allen's with the rebound.
And it is not a jump call. It is a reach-in.
Let's go.
Good little draw foul from Mercedes Allen there.
That foul going to go against Livy Vineyard.
Checking back in for Hallsville is number 4, Amy Lloyd.
Hallsville not playing the full court press that they did in the third period. That was just extremely successful and took a tie ball game out to a double-digit lead in that third, allowing Jacksonville to bring this ball up the court. Caroline Alt with it, guarded by Harper Hart. And that ball goes out of bounds off Jacksonville, so Hallsville set to inbound in front of the Jacksonville bench.
I don't know what just happened there, but the referee's talking to somebody.
Caroline goes for the steal, can't quite get there, so Layla Johnson picks up Hart, but Hart all the way. And
A
then
little too hard off the glass.
offensive rebound for Hallsville, but Jacksonville finally able to collect it, and now Caroline out and on the run. A lot of Lady Cat defenders. Caroline, what a move to get open, but they can't connect on the shot.
Bingo.
Caroline Alt showing a lot of toughness as she was involved in a really kind of big collision as she and another player got tangled up earlier, and she went to the ground really hard. Popped back up.
Yeah, they're
A lot of toughness.
Timeout Hallsville, I think. Pretty sure. Yeah, one thing about it, they may be down by 8. Sorry, math was 6th period.
Gotcha.
They may be down by 8, but they're not giving up. They're really fighting, trying to get this lead back.
For sure, and plenty of time to do it. 5.5 remaining here in the final period, down by 8. And this is the team that can shoot it from 3 as well, so they could cut into this lead. You know, in 3 possessions, they could be ahead.
Mm-hmm. And they have no fouls. They have 5 fouls to give, while Hallsville only has 4, so they can get into a bonus maybe. And
yeah, and Hallsville has gotten into the bonus in 2 of the 3 periods so far. So far, a decent chance that you can expect Jacksonville going to the line at the end of this period if it holds true like the second and the third. So plenty of time to play, and Jacksonville just needs to get some stops on one end of the court and hit some shots on the other.
Yep.
Expert level coaching here, tactical strategy. Play some good defense and hit some shots.
All right. Hallsville trying to get the ball in, pass it down to the post, not good. America Goodwin with the rebound, gets fouled.
That was a number 20, Madeline Farrell, 04 personal, 014
That's Hallsville's second personal foul. Going back to this press type defense. Gets the ball back, puts it up, and is good. Makes the Hallsville lead back to 10, 39-29. Caroline Alt trying to get it down the court. Goes down the lane. And it will be a jump ball. Our ESPN desk not agreeing with that. Bunch of 3s, 0.01, negative 0.67. Hallsville trying to get this ball down. Layla Johnson with the defense. Pick the ball up, not good. Layla Johnson with the rebound. Caroline Alt trying to bring this up, get a few points in. Ball was hit off of a Hallsville defender, who will be Jacksonville's ball. Kiki Rogers getting into Caroline Alt, trying to set up something so they get some points up. Pass it to Layla Johnson, puts it up. It is blocked by, I believe, Riley Boyd. It is Jacksonville's ball.
Mercedes Allen has it deflected, chasing it down the court. A lot of hustle from Allen, but Caroline Alt now with it for Jacksonville. Stolen, Kaysen Farrell.
Layla Johnson with the steal, but it will be a foul.
It is back and forth.
Oh my goodness. The stat sheet just went up on that. Back and forth.
Yes, it did. Lots of back-to-back steals.
Yep.
Now Sanders with it for Hallsville. Step back three. Off back iron. Rebounded Caroline.
Another steal.
Kaysen trying to get it to Taylor Horn now. A three is up and
off the
banked
backboard
in from Harper Hart.
The bank is open, ladies and gentlemen.
(42-39) is your score. 3:55.
Don't know what's going on here. Official talking with the Hallsville coach. I don't know what just happened, but Jacksonville will be taking the ball out. Layla Johnson carrying it up to hopefully get some points here.
Now Caroline Alt with it for Jacksonville. Gets it back to Layla Johnson into the lane. Now kicks it out. Kiki Rogers open look at three is up and
Great
in.
Pass. What a pass and shot from Layla Johnson and Kiki Rogers right there.
Kaysen Farrell will be called for the travel.
Great defense there.
Kiki Rogers set to inbound, and Layla Johnson bringing it ahead for the Maidens. Now over to Caroline Alt. Caroline in the corner, gets it to Mercedes Allen. Now Kiki gets it into a Miracle Goodwin.
A little bit of a push off from the Hallsville defense. I don't know what's going on. That happens a lot. I don't know what's going on a lot.
Yeah, I think we just have some question about from the our PA announcer extraordinaire had a little question of which player that foul was on. It was Taylor Horn. That's her first personal, I believe. So Jacksonville set to inbound.
A little bit of a long break here.
Yep, it's kind of a de facto timeout, really.
Yeah. It's a good breather for these girls, though, because they've just been running around. They need a little breather, but you don't want to waste time out. So it's a little good, because I know these girls are tired.
For sure. It's been a back and forth game, and for the entirety of the third period, Hallsville played just kind of full court press. So definitely got to imagine both teams kind of feeling that at this point. Layla Johnson trying to get this to Mercedes Allen, now to Caroline Alt. Called for the travel.
A little bit of disagreement from the student section. I don't think they like that one. Especially our ESPN
broadcast table.
I don't think they like that one. I saw a lot of their signs going up.
I don't think that call will make the Sports Center top 10.
No, I don't think it will. Hallsville just trying to hold this ball. And they'll call a timeout.
2:25 remaining here in regulation. Jacksonville 32 and Hallsville 42.
A little bit of a competition here between us and the ESPN broadcast. I'm getting a lot of false statements that they are better than us. I don't believe that to be true. Our headsets work.
I mean, that's true. That is true.
Yeah.
I'm not to say anything against the 4 broadcasters over there, but I am kind of glad that those headsets aren't connected to anything and cannot be heard.
A little bit.
Harper Hart with it. And gets that into Kason Farrell. Up, no good. Rebound. Kiki Rogers called for the travel. Really looked like she maybe got rid of that before she got to the ground. But called for the travel, and now Hallsville inbounding. Kason Farrell goes up high to get that inbound and gets it to fall.
That was a tough shot. 3 defenders on you, somehow get it in. Oh my goodness. Oh my.
Kiki with it for Jacksonville. And then going to be fouled by Maddie Farrell.
Jacksonville trying to get some fouls in so they get a bonus. They're 1 away.
And that is Maddie Farrell's 5th foul.
A lot of fouls right now from this Hallsville defense. I think they're now in a bonus.
Jacksonville in the bonus, going to head to the line.
That's what you want to see with the minute 48 left.
Yeah, when you need to make up some ground, being in the bonus definitely doesn't hurt.
Yep.
So Kiesha Tilley at the line for Jacksonville. First is up and good. Second up, no good for Tilley.
Got to make those in a game this close.
Toe tap grab from Harper Hart on the sideline.
Yeah, I think your wide receiver coach would be proud of that one.
Yeah, that was really athletic. We called out after that, trying to turn the corner. Now Layla Johnson with it for Jacksonville. Gets it to Mercedes Allen. Cross court to Kiki Rogers, loses the handle, tries to save it, out of bounds, off of Harper Hart. 1:25 remaining here in the 4th. Jacksonville 33 and Hallsville 44. Kiesha Tilley with it for Jacksonville. Good pass inside to Layla Johnson, and she's fouled on the attempt. She'll head to the line. That foul going to go against Kason Farrell.
Way to draw that foul from Layla Johnson. Not going to say anything. Not going to say anything.
They ended up calling that on Rayleigh Boyd. That's her 5th personal. So she'll have a seat. Lainey Woods checks in for Hallsville. Layla Johnson at the line for Jacksonville. First is up, no good.
Spun around the rim, but that's okay. She makes the second, though.
Second
Let's
is
go,
up and
Bud.
good for Layla Johnson. Let's go, Bud, indeed.
Let's go, Bud.
10-point game, 1:12 remaining here in the fourth. And Hallsville moving the ball around the three-point line. Now Sanders with it. And Woods.
Hallsville just trying to hold on to this ball. Choose some clock, which is a smart thing. You're up by 10.
Hart gets it to Farrell. Farrell back to Hart, but stolen by Mercedes Allen out on the run. Allen trying to lay it in at the other end and does.
Shouldn't the clock be stopped? I'm just saying.
And Hart with it for Hallsville.
There we go. Timeout called by Hall, I think. Was that? I think it was Hallsville, but why would you call it timeout?
Yeah, they did call. They just indicated Hallsville timeout.
This is a little questionable. You're up by, 8?
Yeah, it seems like you would just
Yeah.
you'd want to burn off as much of the remaining seconds as possible.
I don't know. Maybe they saw something.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Maybe so. Hallsville set to inbound. Laney Woods gets it into Sanders. Sanders back to Woods. 20 seconds remaining. Now to Farrell. Farrell back to Woods. To Sanders. 10 seconds. And Sanders dribbling it out. Jacksonville ball.
With 6.5 seconds left.
6.5 seconds left, down by 8.
They're going to need a miracle.
This is your Reggie Miller time. That shot does not count. 44-36 is your final. As Jacksonville falls to the Hallsville Lady Cats. Really good game here to start tonight, the first of our doubleheader. Tied at halftime. Really close game through the first half. That third period really is what tripped Jacksonville up, as that pressure defense from the Lady Cats just proved really effective, and Jacksonville never quite recovered from that third period. They clawed back a little bit here at the fourth, but end up falling 44-36. We are having a presentation here before the boys game, as Ben Bolton is in the 1,000 point club and is being recognized here tonight, as he recently broke the 1,000 point barrier.
Great for Ben Bolton. Only playing 2 years.
Yeah, for sure. Missed his freshman season with a knee injury.
Sorry. Wasn't my fault, but you know, he was on JV with me. Sorry.
And so, celebrating 1,000 points, huge accomplishment, and like you said, just in 2 seasons.
Yeah, that's great. He's gonna do things after high school with basketball for sure. What an accomplishment. We're getting one more look at our ESPN broadcast desk over at the student section. And we're getting some scores from the broadcast desk. Really great to see student involvement, and we are now in warm-ups for your boys varsity
basketball action as Jacksonville is set to take on the Hallsville Bobcats. Once again, thank you for being with us. I believe our soccer games have wrapped in the Tomato Bowl, and we are now set to bring you the second half of our doubleheader as your Jacksonville Fighting Indians are set to take on the Hallsville Bobcats. We're going to step away. Thank you for joining us on JISD Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to John Alexander Gym. For tonight's game 2 of our men's and women's basketball doubleheader. Game 2 this evening features the Bobcats of Hallsville and your Jacksonville Fighting Indians. At this time next week, tonight's starter first for the business Bobcats of Hallsville. Starting at guard, a 5'9" and sophomore, number 3, Peyton Moore. Starting at another guard, 6' senior, number 4, Garrett Brummel. Starting at forward, a 6'4" junior, number 14, Braden Davis. Starting at forward, a 6'3" senior, number 20, Chris James. And starting at guard, a 6'1" senior, number 22, Zach Gordon. The Bobcats are coached by Mr. Rusty Walker, and he's assisted by Tanner Linson, A.J. Jones, Blake Chamberlain, and Fletcher Walker. And now get on your feet to be your Fighting Indians in Jacksonville. Starting at guard, a 6'2" senior, number 1, Keanu Jackson. Starting another guard, 5'9" junior, number 2, Jordan McGowan. Starting at guard, 6'2" senior, number 4, Abdul Bates. Starting at guard, 6'2" junior, number 10, newest member of the Thousand Point Club, Ben Bolton. And starting at forward, 6'2" junior, number 13, Malik Massenberg. Your Fighting Indians is coached by Mr. Cody Smith. He's assisted by Jabari Lewis and Charles Kendrick. Our officials for tonight's game are Mr. Scott Brown, Oliver Stearns, and John Shepard. All right, Jacksonville, get on your feet. It's time!
And we are just about ready for tip-off here in the second of our 2 games here tonight as your Jacksonville Fighting Indians are set to take on the Hallsville Bobcats. Thank you for being with us on JISD Live. Once again, you'll be hearing from me. I'm Lee Traylor, class of 2005. You'll be hearing from Toby Simpson, class of 2026.
I don't think it's changed. So
There's still this second semester to go, I'm just saying.
a little bit, only a few more months.
And you may hear from Ryan Travis at some point, which if you've been on JSD Live tonight, you've already heard from Ryan Travis for our soccer games as we had a 2-0 victory and a 3-0 victory for your boys and girls respectively as we are now underway here at John A. Gym for your Jacksonville Fighting Indians versus the Hallsville Bobcats. Hallsville with the ball to start, no good. Offensive rebound, and that no good as well. Rebound, McGowan. Ben Bolton with the ball, sends it ahead. Massenberg into the lane, trying to get it to McGowan. Off the mark on the pass.
That pass went a little bit in between McGowan and Bates, so I think they just got confused, didn't know who was getting the ball.
Jacksonville playing some pressure. Defense off of Hallsville. Jacksonville going to take over possession. Great defense there
Great
from
defense by
McGowan.
Peanut.
That's Jordan McGowan, also known as Peanut. Duel with the ball for Jacksonville now to Ben Bolton. Malik open, look at 3 is up, off iron, no good. Rebound McGowan, now to Duel.
Pass a little short, and Ben Bolton goes down and do some defense. Bucket by Peyton Moore is no good. Malik Massenberg goes down.
Going to be blocked by Chris James.
I feel like that one hit a little bit of hands. I don't know if that was all ball.
Ben with it for Jacksonville. A lot of contact, again, no call saved by McGowan. A lot of players in the same space for Jacksonville, and now Jacksonville kind of spaces it out. McGowan with the ball out at the three-point line, over to Bolton. Bolton pulls up from three, and good for Ben Bolton.
Ben Bolton. Ball got a little blocked on his way up, still made a great play, being an athlete, fighting through it, making that three-pointer.
Trying to answer, can't do it. Tipped off of Hallsville, Jacksonville ball.
Checking into the Bobcats is number 34, Blue.
For those of you just joining in, we have a rival broadcast tonight. Apparently the ESPN broadcast has come to show.
Right.
I don't understand. They're here. They're putting up signs. They have a speaker. They're going to play different types of noises. I hope y'all can hear them.
Great student section. Great student section here at John A. Gym. Good pass there into Luke Holson.
Abdul Bates from the corner. No good. Ben Bolton with the rebound.
A lot of contact, no call, out of bounds off of Ben Bolton.
Ben got hit in the face on that one, just like to point out, and there was no call.
Hallsville with the ball. Garrett Broomall with it for the Bobcats. Now Chris James, good defense from Malik. Ben Bolton with the ball. Pulls up from the free throw line and gets it to
good. Ben Bolton with Jacksonville's points here tonight.
Yeah, and if you're just joining us, Ben Bolton recognized before this game tipped off for breaking the 1,000 point mark
as a junior
in 2 seasons. Was unable to play as a freshman due to injury. Good looking three from Zach Thornton for Hallsville.
Should be a jump ball. Goes to Jacksonville.
On the alternating possession.
These refs are letting these boys play.
Yeah,
letting them get a little physical. Looks like the 90s out here.
It has been a physical start to the game. You are absolutely right. Keanu Jackson with it for Jacksonville. Sent it to Ben. Ben, good pass to Malik, and an extra pass to McGowan. Can't finish, but offensive rebound from Duel with the putback. Abdul Bates.
Great passing there by the Indians.
7-5 is your score. Jacksonville out in front by 2. Offensive foul. Chris James with the push-off.
For those of you who did not see, I thought the foul was a reach-in, so I lifted my mic to yell something, and then turns out it was Jacksonville gets the ball. So
Ben Bolton with it for Jacksonville. Gets it to Malik, now over, makes its way to Duel in the corner, up and good!
Abdul Bates with the corner three.
10-5 Jacksonville with a great start to this game.
Man, these Indians coming out hot, taking every chance they can get.
Malik going to be called for the foul. Yeah, and this is a game Jacksonville just absolutely has to have in the playoff race. They really need to win this game and then get some things to fall their way. Definitely still in the playoff race in district, but we're kind of running out of opportunities to let anything go. So this is a game they absolutely need to win, and they are coming out and playing like that. 3:47 remaining here in the opening period. Jacksonville 10 and Hallsville 5. Malik Massenberg, 2 quick fouls and 2 team fouls for Jacksonville. Asher Bolton with the rebound, gets it ahead to Ben Bolton. Ben finds Malik behind the three-point line. Off iron, no good, but
Abdul Bates with the offensive rebound.
Duel with multiple offensive rebound putback field goals and with a big three. Dual coming out hot in this first period. And Dual's a player that doesn't always fill up the offensive end of the stat sheet. He's always super active. More contact there, and a foul's going to be called. Always super active, always impactful on the game, but not necessarily just a stat stuffer. So if Dual's going to have one of those games where he takes off, that's going to make it hard for Hallsville. As we've got one of our ESPN announcers underneath the basket, providing just a little bit of something to think about.
For those of you who cannot tell what they just played off the Bluetooth speaker, it was the metal pipe falling sound effect.
Student section coming. They have shown up tonight. Second is up, no good. Rebound for Hallsville, but then great hustle from Isaiah Gomez. Hallsville with it, driving in. Lost possession, but
4 team fouls.
Jordan McGowan going to be called for the foul. 4th team foul for Jacksonville, like you said, so that's definitely something to keep an eye on. 2:50 remaining here in the opening period. Jacksonville 12, Hallsville 5. McGowan on defense for Jacksonville. Garrett Broomall with it for Hallsville. 3 is up, no good from Luke Holson. And Asher Bolton sends it ahead to Ben.
Had a Bolton to Bolton pass right there.
That's right. Ben pulls up from 3
It
and
is good.
Good.
Makes Hallsville call timeout.
Jacksonville 15, Hallsville 5. Jacksonville out to a quick start here in this first. And Ben Bolton with 8 points and Abdul Bates with 7 points for Jacksonville. Ben with 2 threes and a 2, and Abdul with 2 twos and a 3. A really good start for Jacksonville offensively. And they've also had some really effective defense through almost the entirety of this first period.
Yep. Hard to watch these fouls.
Hard to ask for a better start, and you're right. That's definitely something to keep an eye on. If you could, nitpick anything, it would be keep playing physical defense, but without fouling. They've definitely
keep it clean.
Got 4 on the board right now. Broomall bringing it ahead, guarded by McGowan. McGowan's been super active defensively already in this game. Hallsville trying to find any space against this Jacksonville defense, but so far Jacksonville been fairly suffocating on this end of the court. Dual guarding Broomall. Broomall trying to turn the corner, but runs into Gomez. Able to fight through the contact, gets it up, gets it in. No call for a travel or anything like that. Good defense from Hallsville. Quick points from Peyton Moore on the steal and the quick 2. Asher with it for Jacksonville. A lot of contact from Peyton Moore. You like to see that from a young player like Asher, just, hey, yeah, they stole it, they got it from you, you gave up a quick bucket, but right back on the next possession, you're bringing it up, you don't panic, and you force them into a foul.
Yep.
Jacksonville set to inbound, 1:30 on the clock. Ben gets it into Asher. Asher again picked up by Moore. He gets it ahead to Sally. Now back to Asher. Asher in the lane. Gomez picks it up, gets it out to McGowan. McGowan to Asher. Asher pulls up from 3, up, off iron, no good. Rebound, Chris James. James gets into the lane, rises up through contact, gonna be fouled, and he'll head to the line for 2. 1:02 remaining here in the first. Jacksonville 15, Hallsville 9, but Chris James at the line for the Bobcats, and we now have 2 of our ESPN commentators underneath the basket, and now they're being waved off. Waved off by the referee.
I don't know if I like that one.
We're being told they're going to stay in place. No more standing under the basket.
Yeah, I don't know if Jacksonville's going to get any more calls tonight.
James is first up, no good. It does make you wonder, what if they were a cheerleader and they were dressed up in a tie?
Exactly. If the cheerleaders can stay down there, I think students should be allowed to stay down there too.
It's an interesting philosophical debate. James second, no good. Put back attempt, no good for Hallsville. Sally sends it ahead to McGowan. McGowan into the lane. Euro step through and finish. What a move from Jordan McGowan.
Peanut's just such a athletic finisher when it comes to layups and any type of thing like that.
Definitely not the biggest player on the court, but he does play around the rim, and he can fight through the trees in the lane. He does that with regularity. Gonna be called for the foul there. That looked
all ball to me.
His second personal. Reggie Williams shooting 2.
Just got a text from former longtime basketball official Matthew Montgomery that cheerleader or not, you can't be in the lane when someone's shooting a free throw.
Okay.
He also sent some word that apparently is like the actual word that's called that I'm not going to attempt to pronounce on the air. So.
Yeah, all right, whatever.
I guess we'll believe it. Ben Bolton pulls up. No good. And now Hallsville out and on the run. Open look at 3 for Broomall is no good. And a lot of contact underneath the basket, no call. Offensive rebound. And Jacksonville set to inbound after Hallsville gets the offensive rebound, but then no plan after jumping into the air. Or maybe had a plan, but that plan was covered up.
Everybody's got a plan, so you get punched in the mouth.
5 seconds remaining here in the period. Jacksonville, a lot of pressure, defense. Got to get a shot off. Ben Bolton from way downtown. No good. So after 1, Jacksonville 17 and Hallsville 11. Great first period of action here for Jacksonville, and they have a 6-point lead after 1, Toby Simpson.
Yep, they've been doing really good so far scoring. They just need to stay out of the fouls. I think that's what's killing them.
Hear me?
I can.
Sweet.
Ryan Travis on the call.
I would say pretty solid first quarter there from Jacksonville. They got on a 10-0 run there, took it from 5-5 to 15-5, and that was really the difference.
Absolutely. Do you have any stats you want? I'm gonna put you on the spot. I don't know if you have stats, but if you want to just throw some point totals out there or something like
Ben
that.
Bolton with 8, Abdul Bates with 7, Jordan McGowan with 2. So really, Abdul and Ben carried a lot of that first quarter.
Absolutely, yeah. glad you're on the call with us. Broomall with it for Hallsville. It'll be picked up by Jackson defensively for Jacksonville. And that's definitely something we need to talk about. That first period, Jacksonville played great defense. Certainly they got into some foul trouble, but that foul trouble was a result of really physical, overwhelming defense. And so if they can do that, they had 4 fouls for a long stretch of that period. And so if you can play physical defense without getting into the bonus, it's definitely going to be part of the game plan tonight, it looks like, for Jacksonville. That's been effective so far. Duel with some good defense here. And now James with it for Hallsville. And travel called. Reggie Williams going to be called for the travel. Ben Bolton gets it into Keanu Jackson. Dylan Sally pulls up from 3, left alone, and almost made him pay for it. Just off back iron. Hallsville's going to bring it ahead. Broomall with it for the Bobcats. Going to be met by Keanu Jackson at midcourt. Sally with some good defense for Jacksonville. Broomall trying to get past Jackson. Gets into the lane, spins, puts it up, can't finish.
His first personal, second quarter team by number 1. Backing into the Bobcats is number 3, Peyton Moore, and number 22, Zach Coleman.
Keanu Jackson taking it up. Gets past his defender.
Into the lane, good pass to Green. Jaden Green lays it in after the great drive from Keanu Jackson. 19-11, 6:13 remaining here in the second period. Chris James with it for Hallsville. Into the lane, some more great defense from Duel. Moore with it for Hallsville. Sally, some good moves to get Moore on skates. And now Jackson into the lane. They are going to call the foul on the shot. That whistle was a little late.
A little.
But Keanu Jackson heading to the line for Jacksonville.
Keanu Jackson, shooting 2.
Shot is up and good for Keanu Jackson.
For those of you who didn't hear, and those of you who are just interested and want to know, whenever Jackson made the first free throw, they played the Prowler sound.
Oh, wow. Second one is up and good.
For those of you who know, elite ball knowers, oh my goodness.
That 3 from Moore up, no good. Keanu Jackson now brings it up the court into the lane and stolen. Peyton Moore bringing it ahead for the Bobcats. Now Broomall into the lane. Gonna be fouled.
I think the physicality has been called more since the beginning of the first quarter.
Definitely looks like that's been effective for Jacksonville. Broomall up and good on the free throw. Second is up and good for Garrett Broomall. Ben Bolton over to Keanu Jackson, going to be guarded by Peyton Moore. Jackson gets past Moore, gets past half court, picks up, or slows down his dribble, gets it over to Ben Bolton, now back to Jackson. Jackson, good move to get open. Now Dylan Sally wide open, off iron. Offensive rebound from Abdul Bates.
From
Deep three.
Just off the rim. When you're open, I guess.
I mean, he was definitely that. Chris James into the lane.
I don't know about that.
Gonna be called for the foul.
I don't know about that one.
Fouls number 5, Dylan Sally, his first personal, second quarter team number 2. Chris James shooting 2.
Chris James shot up, no good.
Champion in the lead is number 2, Jordan McGowan.
Second is up and good for Chris James. Jackson gets it to Dual open for 3, no good. Offensive rebound makes its way back out to Jackson. Jackson into the lane. Good offensive rebound from Green. Can't finish on the putback, and Chris James out the other direction for Hallsville. Into the lane, wild shot, no good. Putback, no good, and then Peyton Moore able to get it.
Wow.
On the third chance points on that possession.
3 offensive rebounds.
While we have a timeout, Jacksonville only 2 free throws so far in the game. They had a number of fouls. They've got a couple guys with 2 fouls, so definitely need to watch that during the second half of this quarter. But on the other side, Hallsville 5 for 10 on free throws right now. They're currently on a 5-point run. They've closed it to a 5-point game.
Yeah, they've definitely kind of settled in, it looks like. That last shot notwithstanding, they've kind of dialed it in a little bit. We'll see if Jacksonville can kind of punch back and extend this lead. Keanu Jackson with it for Jacksonville. Looking for a screen from Malik Massenberg. Now Jackson into the lane, rises up, gets it out to Sally. Now Massenberg, pump fake on the 3, and Jackson for 3 off back iron. Another offensive rebound from Abdul Bates.
I don't think a toe drag is a travel, but you know.
Sally called for the travel, so Hallsville set to take over. They're going to inbound in front of their own bench. This is Leighton McCauley inbounding, and Chris James bringing it ahead. Now kicks it to Moore in the corner. Moore back to McCauley. Keanu Jackson on defense for Jacksonville. Now Moore with it for the Bobcats. Into the lane. Good defense from Malik Massenberg, able to get it to McGowan, and now Jackson brings it ahead into the lane. Dual in the corner. Shot doesn't count.
Will be Jacksonville's ball, though.
Garrett Brumel's first personal. 3rd team foul for Hallsville.
Jackson taking too much time down there, but it's okay. Garrett Brumall carrying it up, driving in. He is fouled by Malik Massenberg. That'll be his 3rd. 3 team fouls for Jacksonville.
Yeah, 3 team fouls for each team. 3 fouls for Malik is big. That's something they're going to have to watch As that free throw is up and good for Broomall. Has he missed from the line yet, Ryan? He has? Oh. He certainly seems like he's been there a lot and he's made a lot. Jackson trying to get that ball to Ben Bolton, but it's stolen. Bolton going for the steal himself. Now Broomall in the lane. Awkward play. A lot of contact all up and down the court. Ben Bolton set to inbound. Gets it into Asher Bolton. Asher Bolton's going to be guarded by Peyton Moore. Loose ball. Asher with it. Gets it ahead to Ben Bolton. Got to get it past half court and does. Now over to Asher. Now Malik with it to Ben. Ben, deep three is up off iron. No good. Almost another offensive rebound from Duel. Chris James with it for the Bobcats. Pulled up from free throw, no good. Rebound Malik. Now Duel with it into the lane. Smooth move, but can't finish. Offensive rebound, Jordan McGowan.
It's a little too hard on that finish, but gets the offensive rebound. Great recovery by Peanut. Gets it into Malik Massenberg in the corner for three.
Off iron, no good.
Rim.
And Chris James with it for Hallsville. Out of bounds, Hallsville ball. Peyton Moore set to inbound for the Bobcats. Malik Massenberg going to take a seat, and Jaden Green checks in for Jacksonville. Really good defense from McGowan. Forces the turnover. McGowan into the lane. A lot of contact. Puts it up. Doesn't fall. Jaden Green. Offensive rebound, and now Peyton Moore headed the other way for Hallsville.
You had two Indians go up for the same rebound, now they're coming down. Abdul Bates with the rebound, though.
Asher Bolton with it for Jacksonville, gets it to Ben Bolton. Now Asher for three, up, and
it is good. Something with the Boltons tonight, making threes.
And that makes this a 24-18 Jacksonville lead. 30 seconds remaining here in the first half. Broomall with it for Hallsville. Great defense from McGowan. Forces a tough shot from Broomall. And then a lot of physical play. Letting
a lot of physicality.
Now McCauley with it for the Bobcats. Chris James into the lane.
Ooh. I heard that from up here.
And gonna be fouled. 8.6 seconds remaining here in the second period. Jacksonville 24 and Hallsville 18. Chris James at the line for the Bobcats. First is up and good for James. Second, no good. Rebound, Ben Bolton gets it ahead to Asher Bolton. Asher into the lane, thought about a shot, gives it off to McGowan. No good on the buzzer-beating three-point attempt. So at the end of the second period, Jacksonville 24 and Hallsville 19. Good first half of action here for your Fighting Indians. And
very physical game.
Very physical game.
Very.
And I mean, there have been fouls. Both teams have, have flirted with the bonus, but probably not as many fouls as you would expect, given how physical it has been. They have really, really been hesitant to blow the whistle through a lot of contact here tonight. They have let them play. And so Jacksonville, some great defense here tonight. And Ryan, you want to take us through some of the stats?
I sure can. I'll start with Hallsville in terms of scoring. Reggie Williams has 2, Peyton Moore with 4, Garrett Broomall with 6, and he's 4 for 6 from the line. I know you asked me about that a minute ago. The first trip he went, he missed both of them.
Gotcha.
So that's been the difference. Other than that, he's made both of them the other 2 times he's been fouled. Chris James has 2 points. He is 2 for 6 from the line. So both of his points came from free throws. Zach Thornton has 3. Luke Holson has 2. They've only made 1 3-pointer in the first half, but they've had 8 free throws that they have made out of 14 attempts. So
for sure. Definitely keeping them in the game. Yeah,
yeah.
sure.
That is definitely the difference in this game being 24 to 10 or something.
Right. Yeah.
To it being a 5-point game.
Yeah. Get to the
with
line.
Hallsville, they went on a 7-0 run there and took it from 21 to 11 to 21 to 18 in that second quarter and really closed the gap pretty well.
Yeah, for sure. It was
that Asher Bolton 3-pointer though,
huge.
in the last minute.
That was really big.
Massive.
They had been on a big drop before that.
Absolutely, yeah. So, Hallsville definitely, you got to credit them because after one, this had the look of like maybe this is just going to be a blowout if it keeps up like it is. Yeah.
Jacksonville, especially in the first quarter, was shooting really well. They actually got outscored in the second quarter, 8-7. Hallsville got the better of them in the second quarter, but they shot well enough in the first quarter that it still has another 5-point lead. Going through the scores for Jacksonville so far at halftime, Asher Bolton with 3, Keanu Jackson and Jordan McGowan both have 2 apiece. Abdul Bates with 7, Ben Bolton with 8, and Jaden Green with 2. And really, I think the thing you got to focus on in the second half for Jacksonville is not fouling as much. I mean, you've got several guys that are getting up there in foul count. Malik Massenberg has 3 in the first half. He's definitely someone to keep an eye on. You got a couple guys with 1. Abdul Bates has 2. Jordan McGowan has 2. So you've got some guys that you really need to watch the foul in the second half and make sure that if it comes down to the end of the game and it's close, you do not want to have guys that you can't put on the court because you're worried about them fouling out.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Well, it has been a great first half of action here as your Jacksonville Fighting Indians are taking on the Hallsville Bobcats. We may take a quick break. We've got 7 minutes remaining here on the clock for halftime. We'll be back with you. Thanks for joining us on JISD Live.
And we're about back, joining this second half. Your Indians 24, Hallsville Bobcats 19. Yes, I think they are the Bobcats. Just had to make sure. Indians will start out with the ball. Ben Bolton looking like he'll toss it in. And we are off with the second half.
Hallsville with a quick steal. Chris James into the lane. Blocked by Duel.
Stolen by Ben Bolton. He takes it down. Gives it to Keanu Jackson. Oh, wow. I think that was trying to be a lob for a dunk. And it ended up not being.
Yeah, difficult connection there. Broomall with it for Hallsville early in this third period. That three is up and good for Peyton Moore.
Takes it to Hallsville 22-24.
Jackson into the lane, gets it to Green. Great pass, great finish. Good answer there from Braden Davis.
Ben Bolton pulling up. It is good. Multiple defenders on him, still makes it.
Well, that's a big shot. 29-25.
Great defense from Abdul Bates, making a man miss.
Jackson into the lane. Out of bounds off of Braden Davis, so Jacksonville will keep possession, and Jackson is set to inbound. Jackson guarded by Broomall. Jacksonville slowing things down. And Keanu Jackson into the lane, left-handed scoop, no good.
Just a little bit too hard on that one. Abdul Bates, the athletic play. For some reason, it's called a foul.
Yeah, that.
And the student section does not agree at all.
A lot of ball there, but called a foul. So Chris James at the line for Hallsville. And that's Duel's third foul. James is good on the first. Asher Bolton going to check in for Keanu Jackson. Second, no good.
Great rebound by Ben Bolton.
Asher Bolton going to bring it past half court. Spins past Broomall. Now McGowan for three.
With the and 1-3.
4-point opportunity. Jordan McGowan.
I'm pretty sure that's a bingo.
That's the bingo is right. Jordan McGowan good on the three, through the contact, and one opportunity. A chance for a 4-point play for Jordan McGowan. That's definitely on the bingo card, Ryan Travis. McGowan at the line. Off back iron.
Cannot make the 4-point play.
Still a huge three-pointer to put this back to a 6-point Jacksonville lead. Chris James into the lane and able to finish at the bucket. Asher sends it over to Duel. Duel to McGowan. McGowan into the lane, through contact, fouled again. Luke Holson, second personal foul. And Jordan McGowan back at the line for Jacksonville. First is up, no good.
Makes the second.
Second is up and good for McGowan. Broomall bringing it ahead for the Bobcats. Started by Duel after the switch. Jordan McGowan on Chris James. And James can't finish at the bucket. Pretty move from Chris James. Makes this a 33-30 Jacksonville lead at 4:24 remaining here in the third period. Ben Bolton with the ball. Gets past his defender, but then blocked. And Hallsville set to take over. Broomall with it for Hallsville, guarded by Duel. Now guarded by Green. Good defense from Green. Gets the ball, gets it ahead to Ben Bolton. Into the lane, a lot of contact, no call. Broomall the other way, into the lane. Pulls up over Duel, can't finish. Green, tip rebound to Abdul Bates. Bates sends it ahead for Ben Bolton. Deep three.
Deep. It is good.
Good. That was a big shot from Ben Bolton. Previous trip up the court, a lot of contact at the bucket, no call. You kind of get the feeling that might have been a kind of a shot of frustration of just fine. If you won't let me drive and get a call, I will just shoot it from deep.
Yeah. Hey, he made it.
Definitely made it. And 36-30 is your score here in the third.
LaBen Bolton.
14 points for Ben Bolton.
LaBen Bolton. That's what I said.
3:23 remaining here in the third. Jacksonville 36 and Hallsville 30. Hallsville set to inbound. Chris James gets it into Broomall. Garrett Broomall bringing it ahead. Gets it over to Moore. Peyton Moore guarded. Peyton Moore back to Chris James. James trying to get it back to
too much power.
Tiny bit too high. If Peyton Moore happened to be 14 feet tall,
If Shaquille O'Neal jumped.
He would have been able to get that one, as it were, quite a bit too high for Peyton Moore. So Ben Bolton over to Asher Bolton. And now Sally for three. It's up and good. Dylan Sally
What a shot from the senior Dylan Sally.
pushes this back out to a 9-point lead, trying to answer his Hallsville. No good on the three-point attempt, and Malik Massenberg going to let that go out of bounds. That was Braden Davis trying to answer quickly for the Bobcats, but no good. So Jacksonville 39 and Hallsville 30 with 2:42 remaining here in the third period.
Student section yelling the Hallsville head coach's name. I don't know how I feel about that. But, you know, there's a student section. They can do just about anything except stand underneath the goal during free throw.
That is true. We learned tonight that they cannot do that. Shocking, I know. Asher Bolton with it for Jacksonville. Gets it ahead to Malik Massenberg. Massenberg back to Asher. Asher to Ben. Ben pulls up from three. Off iron, no good. Rebound, Asher. Asher back to Ben. Fake the three and then tries to lay it in, no good. Rebound, Holson. Hallsville out on the run. Broomall.
Great job.
Almost lost it, and then Dylan Sally deflects it out of bounds.
Great defense from the Indians right now.
Peyton Moore inbounding for Hallsville. Gets it in to Broomall. Broomall back to Moore. Great defense from Malik Massenberg with the steal. Abdul Bates lays it in at the other end. Garrett Broomall with it for Hallsville. Jacksonville 41 and Hallsville 30. Holson into the lane, tied up by Malik, who rips it away. Great defense again from Malik Massenberg on back-to-back possessions. Now Asher Bolson steps into an open three off iron, no good. Rebound, Dylan Sally. Malik for three off iron, no good. Rebound, Broomall. Broomall out and on the run into the lane. Lays it in.
Just barely.
Yeah, it thought about rolling out, but then finally fell. 41-32, 1 minute remaining here in the third. Asher Bolton with it for Jacksonville. Gets it to Ben Bolton. Ben Asher open in the corner, off iron, no good. And Broomall's going to bring it ahead for Hallsville. Good pass, but James not ready for it. Dylan Sally ahead to Massenberg. Massenberg back to Sally. Open look at three is up and good for Dylan Sally.
Great shot by Dylan Sally.
Big impact for Dylan Sally. 44-32, closing seconds here of the third. Jacksonville with a 12-point lead against Hallsville. Broomall trying a step-back three that's going to be well short. So at the end of three, Jacksonville leads Hallsville by the score of 44-32. Really great third period there. Great answer from Jacksonville. Ryan, do you have any stats?
I do, yeah. Big third quarter for Jacksonville. They had 20 points in that quarter, 5 of which came from three-point range. It's got Ben up to 14. Abdul Bates has 9. Dylan Sally had 2 3-pointers in that quarter, so he's up to 6. Jordan McGowan was 6. It's a pretty solid quarter. I mean, there were only 2 fouls for both teams, and a couple of those resulted in free throws for both teams. So definitely good for Jacksonville. Generate some free throws. They need to continue to do that in the fourth quarter as they've extended this out to a 12-point lead.
Yeah, big third quarter there for Jacksonville. Hallsville set to start with possession in this third period as Broomall is going to bring it ahead and Dylan Sally is going to be on defense. That pass out of bounds off of Hallsville. Jacksonville set to take over. Ben Bolton going to inbound it to Asher Bolton. Now back to Ben. Asher to Malik. Malik trying to get that to Ben Bolton in the lane, but stolen by Broomall. Broomall up the court. Now fires it back out. Broomall interior pass. That shot bounces around. That was Braden Davis. And then out of bounds off Asher Bolton. So Hallsville set to inbound. Broomall going to handle the inbound for the Bobcats. Chris James into the lane, can't get it to fall off glass. Malik with the rebound, gets it ahead to Sally. Sally can't control it, but gets it to Duel. Duel trying to get it to lay in, can't do it. Ben Bolt. Asher with the rebound. Put back, but the timeout.
How unfortunate.
Jacksonville set to inbound. Asher Bolton handling the inbound for Jacksonville. Gets it to Malik. Open look in the corner. Up for 3. Halfway down and rattles out. Chris James with the rebound for Hallsville. And now Broomall bringing it ahead for the Bobcats.
Just swirled out.
Broomall with it again for Hallsville. Guarded by Dylan Sally. Zach Thornton back to Broomall. Jacksonville playing good defense. Reggie Williams with it for Hallsville. Now back to Broomall.
Little no-look pass from Reggie Williams.
Good pass into Chris James. Tries the reverse layup. Almost got it to fall, but not quite. Now Ben Bolton ahead the other way for Jacksonville. Picked up by Broomall. And now whips the pass to Asher Bolton. Asher with it. Gets the screen from Malik. Now back to Ben Bolton. 6-minute mark. Jacksonville 44 and Hallsville 32. That 3 attempt no good. And Broomall brings it the other way.
Ball deflected off of Ben Bolton.
Hallsville with the inbound stolen by Sally. Sally ahead to Jackson. Jackson gets the lay-in.
Great play by Dylan Sally there.
Williams tied up at the bucket. Loose ball. Broomall gets it, rises up and gets it to fall. Ben Bolton going to bring it ahead for Jacksonville over to Keanu Jackson. Jackson, good move into the lane, blocked by James.
What a block.
And Broomall the other way for Hallsville. Good defense. Abdul Bates with the steal. Went for the duck, but the putback from Malik is good.
Man, he was close. He was close.
Zach Thornton, 3 up and good. Makes this a 48-37 game with 4.5 minutes remaining. Sally puts it up, can't get it to fall. Duel with the rebound, sends ahead looking for Malik. What a save from Malik Massenberg.
Ben Bolton for 3.
Deep 3, no good. Hallsville with the inbound. Moore brings it ahead. Now Chris James with it. Moore for 3, up and good.
Jacksonville's going to have to start defending these guys in 3. They're just making shot after shot.
Yeah, that makes it an 8-point Jacksonville lead. Ben Bolton with it. Gets past James, puts it up. Can't finish, but does get the loose ball. Now gets it to McGowan. McGowan blocked, but gets it back. Jackson into the lane, lays it up and lays it in. Jacksonville fortunate to have that possession end in a Jacksonville bucket, but really heads up play. Ben Bolton getting the loose ball, getting it to McGowan, and then McGowan getting the ball after the block and getting it to Jackson. Jackson cuts to the basket and lays it in. So stretches that back out to a 2-digit Jacksonville lead, 50-40 is your Jacksonville lead against Hallsville.
Great play by Peanut there. Just getting blocks and having the hustle to go get the ball and get it in for the points.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's hard to overstate the importance of a play like that. You know, if a play like that ends in a turnover and then Hallsville were to come down and hit another 3, all of a sudden this is a 5-point game instead of a 10-point game.
Yep.
So effort like that definitely shows up. Hallsville set to inbound. This is Braden Davis inbounding, and it looks like Peyton Moore is going to bring it ahead for the Bobcats. 3:24 remaining here in regulation. Jacksonville with a 10-point lead against Hallsville. And we mentioned it earlier, but it's worth mentioning again, this is a huge game for Jacksonville in the district standings. Kind of a gotta-have-it game for Jacksonville to stay in the playoff hunt. Sally puts it up and gets
in.
the ball.
Great play by Dylan Sally.
52-40. Jacksonville with a 12-point lead, under 3 minutes to play. Another steal, this time Jordan McGowan, and he gets past Moore and he lays it in. Great defense from McGowan and gets the lay-in at the other end. Moore with it for Hallsville. And now James into the lane and lays it in. .232 remaining here in regulation. Jacksonville 54 and Hallsville 42. Jacksonville done a good job to push this lead back out to double digits. And we'll have to definitely keep the pedal down. Hallsville keeps every now and then threatening to make this a much smaller Jacksonville lead.
They've got to keep the foot on the gas in this one. Can't let up for a single second.
They definitely need to do that. Hallsville's got 3-point shooters, so they can cut into this lead quickly. Jacksonville really needs to keep it out near this double-digit margin. Ben Bolton set to inbound for Jacksonville. .232 remaining here in regulation. Jacksonville with a 12-point lead. Ben Bolton inbounding, gets it to McGowan. McGowan past half court and hands it off to Keanu Jackson. Jackson tripped up by Broomall. Malik Massenberg over to Ben Bolton. Dylan Sally guarded by Moore. Now back to Ben Bolton. Under 2 minutes remaining here in regulation. Keanu Jackson into the lane, gets it off to Sally. Sally called for the travel. Called on the screen. I think they got Braden Davis. 134 remaining here in the fourth. Jacksonville 54, Hallsville 42. Jackson to McGowan. Now Dylan Sally with it for Jacksonville and gets it to Ben Bolton. Under a minute to play. Jacksonville burning a lot of clock on this possession. Keanu Jackson with the step through, and then Ben Bolton fouled on the putback attempt.
His first attempt is good.
45 seconds remaining. Jacksonville 56 and Hallsville 42. Broomall with it for the Bobcats. And Dylan Sally going to be called for the foul. Three is up, no good. Gomez had it for Jacksonville. And then foul against Hallsville. Sally to Green. Green for three, up, no good.
Surprised they didn't call that one out of bounds.
A lot of contact, and Broomall
Come on, there's 10 seconds left.
head
in the
to
game.
the line.
Let them get away with it. There's 10 seconds left.
.5 remaining. Jacksonville 56, Hallsville 42. First is up and good for Broomall. Second is good as well. Asher Bolton ahead to Jordan McGowan. Now back to Bolton. And that's your final. Jacksonville 56 and Hallsville 44. Huge win here tonight for Jacksonville. It's a game that they just had to have to stay in the district race. And they came out with a big 56-44 win against Hallsville tonight. Big district victory for the Indians. Ryan, do you have any thoughts on the stats?
I do, yeah. You know, that was a big win for Jacksonville. 12-point win, 56-44. First for Hallsville, Reggie Williams had 2 points. Peyton Moore had 10. Garrett Broomall had 12. Half of his points came from free throws. Braden Davis had 3. Chris James had 9. Zach Thornton had 6. And Luke Colson had 2. And then for Jacksonville, Asher Bolton with 3. Keanu Jackson with 6. Jordan McGowan with 8. Abdul Bates with 9. Dylan Sally with 8. Ben Bolton leading scorer tonight with 16. Malik Massenberg with 2. Jaden Green with 4. Jacksonville had 9 3-pointers. Third quarter proved big. They kind of coast here in the fourth quarter, wasted a lot of time towards the end of the game. One of the most surprising things that I have here, though, is there were 0 lead changes in that game. Jacksonville scored first. There was 1 tie at 5-5, and then Jacksonville went on a 10-point run and never gave up the lead after that.
Kind of a wire-to-wire victory for Jacksonville. As we are currently getting what appears to be a post-game player interview with our ESPN crew and Ben Bolton at almost mid-court. We moved the ESPN desk out right after the buzzer. We were prepared. And as well as the Jacksonville
They even brought confetti.
As well as the Jacksonville Indians basketball team played tonight, you got to also give it up for the student section tonight.
Oh,
they
absolutely.
showed up.
They did.
And they had a plan, and they executed. You know, the ESPN desk, the gaming headsets with the cords running underneath to nothing, the ties, the outfits,
The confetti,
and then to have a plan for the post-game interview. Just all around great job to the student section.
I think they had a halftime interview with Coach Schmidt.
They did. We didn't mention that. They stopped him on the way to the locker room, and they had a halftime interview with head coach Cody Schmidt. So
with gaming headsets nobody could hear.
just an all-around.
I kind of wonder what was said during that, but I also don't know that I want to know.
Yeah, for sure. We did at one point get a request from the ESPN desk to have a wireless microphone that they could talk into on the broadcast, and I very quickly said absolutely not. I've been around the student section, and you never know what you're going to hear.
Nope.
And we don't want those going out over the airwaves all the time.
That's true.
Yep.
You know, as fun as it was tonight, on the court, they did a great job in the stands as well. So huge thanks to the students that came out to support, both here and at the Tomato Bowl for soccer tonight. A really successful night of athletics here for Jacksonville Independent School District, and a really fun night here at John A.
Yep.
Yeah, and both of these basketball teams, both boys and girls, turn around tomorrow, drive to Texarkana to play Texas High.
I think girls soccer heads to Texas High as well tomorrow. And then boys soccer plays Saturday at 11 and 12:30, I believe, here.
Yeah, so just a really busy end of the week, a week that was really affected by weather and teams across the state just trying to get the games in. And so really appreciate all the people that kind of just come together and work extra to get nights like tonight off the ground. And y'all are a big part of that. That'd be Toby Simpson and Ryan Travis, as is Kevin Charco, who showed up to volunteer to run camera. We had Kevin Charco, we had Sam Cephas, we had Jalen Conwell. We had a ton of students here. We had D'Avian Maxey running photography cameras at the Tomato Bowl, and then he made his way over here as well. We had Yair Solano running cameras at the Tomato Bowl, and other students that ended up volunteering there. So a ton of students that just, get back after an unexpected winter break and immediately just volunteer to go work after school, and a ton of adults that, do the same thing to make sure that nights like tonight can happen on short notice. So on behalf of all of them, just thank you for watching, and on behalf of me and the rest of the people at Jacksonville High School, huge thanks to all of them that do that volunteer and work extra to make sure that nights like tonight can happen. Huge thanks to y'all for being on the commentary tonight, for Ryan over at the Tomato Bowl, and then joining us here at John A. Yeah, anything else y'all want to add before we sign off?
Not really, nothing much.
Well, once again, thank you very much for being with us. I'm Lee Traylor on behalf of Toby Simpson and Ryan Travis. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching on JISD Live.